Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we're going to be making this Greek orzo like pasta with some meatballs and some sun-dried tomato kind of lemony goodness. It's going to be really good. I'm going to kind of cheat a little and do this hack where I got some frozen halal meatballs. They're the K&N brand and they're chicken with chili flakes, but I'm going to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. So on the box it says to either deep fry or throw in like a curry, but I have quite a bit of oil here that I'm just going to kind of shallow fry in a pan. So you're just gonna cook them on like medium-high heat until they're golden brown on all sides. It could take like 5 to 6 minutes, but just continuously keep an eye on them. Now I also want to kind of flavor the oil a little bit. So I have some oil from the sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm just going to add a few tablespoons. Okay, and then once they are golden brown and delicious, we're just going to remove them off the heat and place it on a lined paper towel, just like that. Now in that same pan, I removed most of the oil. I left maybe about half a tablespoon or whatever was kind of left, and I added 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to melt that well. I added some slivers of a large garlic clove, and I'm just going to saute that really quick. I have it on medium heat. Now I removed the garlic, added 2 more tablespoons of butter. I'm going to let that melt. Now I cut 1 whole lemon into these slices, and I'm just going to basically sear them on each side until they're kind of golden brown. Now after about a minute, you just want to flip them over and then sear on the other side for about a minute. And then once they're all seared, we're just going to remove them and place them on the same plate as the meatballs. So now after we removed the lemon slices, I added 1 more tablespoon of butter. I added the cooked garlic that I had removed, as well as 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And now we're just going to toast the orzo. It's 1 cup of orzo. Toast it for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm also going to add 2 chicken bouillon cubes. And we're also going to add 2.5 cups of water. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I totally forgot to toast the herbs with the orzo. We have 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried dill, 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Ideally, just fry it up with the orzo but I'm just going to add it in right now. And once you add it in, just make sure you mix really well. I brought it up to a boil, and I'm going to continue to stir and cook it until most of the liquid evaporated and the orzo is cooked. So once it's at a boil, we're going to continuously cook for about 7 to 8 minutes, which will make it al dente. After it's like halfway through, I'm going to add 1 cup of arugula, and you're just going to mix that in well so it kind of wilts into the pasta and cooks along with it. Now after it's been pretty much 7-8 minutes, we're going to add the meatballs back in so they warm up back again. How gorgeous and beautiful does that look? I added the lemon slices back in, and I'm just gonna warm up the meatballs through this. I'm going to make a quick like sun-dried tomato dill yogurt sauce to go along with on the side, but how quick and easy was that? Okay, so in a food processor, I have a 1/4 cup of plain yogurt, 1/2 a teaspoon of dill, 1/2 a teaspoon of oregano, a really large clove of garlic, and I'm just going to pulse all of this together. And then I just seasoned with like a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix that well. I'm just gonna add a little bit more yogurt, like a 1/4 of a cup more yogurt, because I think it's just too little. I want more yogurt, so I added that in. You do also want to kind of scrape down the sides here and there. And I just made a really quick, sort of like a vinaigrette. I have a tablespoon of that sun-dried tomato in oil, about a tablespoon and a half of these julienne sun-dried tomatoes, a tablespoon of this chili onion crunch, as well as 1 tablespoon of the balsamic vinegar, sprinkle of salt and pepper, half a teaspoon of dill, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And I'm just gonna whisk this all together. I'm gonna add another tablespoon of lemon juice and really whisk all of that in. You can taste test and see if it needs any salt and pepper. That looks beautiful, it smells heavenly. And then you're just going to place it in a really nice dish. We'll set that aside. And then I'm gonna take like the big chunks of the sun-dried tomatoes, place it in the middle, just like this.